6. That's Admirable, joined by Super JJ and Noxious. And Super JJ, you made it out of your groups, and in a pretty sick fashion, I'd say. How are you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good now. I was like having a rough group stage, I guess, but yeah, kind of recovered now. I delivered, so I'm pretty happy, I guess.
Noxious, how's your day been so far?
I've seen some cool Druid deck from Amaz, so I must say that I have a good day, even though he got delivered a loss by ECOP last match. We get to see him in the next one, I think, right?
It's going to be the match after this one.
Yeah.
So right now we have AKAWonder taking on Forsen. Yeah,
Not Frozen.
In my head, I was like, Frozen. I was like, Frozen is not right.
That's not the guy.
Forsen is going to be facing off against AKAWonder, and this is a decider for these two.
Yep.
Like, loser is out of the tournament from this point. So this is a really tense match for these guys.
Look at Forsen. He's tryharding.
He is, actually. He's been tryharding quite a bit recently. Last season, I hear he's got a pretty good finish on Legend, and he's been preparing for tournaments quite a bit.
He had a good finish at the ELC Superstars tournament, right? With his handlock. That was pretty impressive.
He brought it again.
Sorry?
He brought it again.
He brought it again, yeah. I want to see it. I think it's cool, him playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I loved when Forsen was playing competitively. I mean, this is like back to 2014. And when he was working hard, he was putting up results.
Rogue, anyone? Yeah, I mean, like playing Rogue was something that Forsen just did primarily, more than probably any other player around at that time. Like Kalento was good. We had Dog that played Rogue a ton at that point in time, hyped as well. But for some reason, Forsen just delivered results with Rogue nonstop on ladder and in tournaments.
Yeah, and I know you kind of got your start with Rogue. I mean, that was like.
Oh yeah, I remember the Maligos Rogue. That was good times. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing that build a lot, and I was the first couple times I played it, I was like, I don't understand how this wins. And then
I can't get Leroy.
One of the times that like I went through the cycle and I just like had it, I was like, wow, double Sinister Strike with Maligos is serious. This
That's good
great
stuff. 16 damage. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go into game number 1. AKAWonder going to be on Dragon Priest and Forsen on Dragon Warrior. Super JJ, do you have a lot of experience with either of these builds? Do you feel one of them is more favored than the other when it comes to this matchup?
I'm playing them both. I think since the Warrior has access to these weapons, which are like very swingy board-wise, like I would give the slight edge to Warrior, like 55% in the matchup. But Dragon Priest, if I get like the Talon Priest off, it can be really explosive. Yeah.
Any key cards there that AKAWonder's looking for?
Key cards, the Whelp, and I don't know why he mulligans away the Talon Priest.
The Talon Priest, yeah, I'm really
like now he has the Whelp, and it's very hard for the Dragon Warrior. Like if they don't answer this Whelp, like for example here, he doesn't have the weapon yet, and he can play the Whelp, coin Talon Priest, the game is over.
I feel like Pint Slice Potion, the one of as well that they put in the deck, is one of those cards that works super well against...
You mean the Potion of Madness, right?
A Potion of Madness, yeah, not Pint Size, where you just steal a minion and then trade it away. That card does wonders against decks like Dragon Warrior, for instance.
It shines against Shaman, really, and against Dragon Warrior, it's like super good. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, this is a pretty rough spot for AKAWonder early on, though. I mean, Fairy Dragon, obviously... can't be picked off by the Shadow Word Pain. And so pressure is just like so much building against him right now. And in his spot, if Forsen has Frothing Berserker, how does he actually recover from that?
I mean, he can still pain it. It's a very reactive hand from the Dragon Priest side, and that's usually not the spot you want to be in. You want to be like the guy who plays something on the board and answer the threats efficiently. And this Shadow Word Pain is not really good. Yeah.
It rarely does anything here, right? Because you haven't seen a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that, mostly because of Frothing Berserker. Like that, this is the card that's going to be lights out.
I think so as well. It's also like you get a bit punished. Like the Shadow of Deaths, I think they have to be in the Priest, but cards like Argus, it's like kind of a win more card. I feel like in the Priest build. So yeah.
It's been putting a lot of work, though, with the Talon Priest. I think that was the idea behind it, is a lot of people play Blackwing, the Technician, the 3/5, and instead you can actually play the Argus and maybe a one-of, so you have like 3/3 drops to streak into that on top of the Twilight Guardians without needing the Dragon requirement. So it's been kind of I'm on the fence about the card still, but it's been doing more work than I thought.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because usually if you want to have a good Argus, you need to be on board, and if you're on board with Dragon Priest, usually you're winning anyways.
Anyway, yeah.
So that's kind of...
I can kind of get behind that logic, actually. I think that's really smart, is that it's just a card is unnecessary in a lot of spots.
That's what I was saying.
Excessive.
We just start tapping, so we never run out of gas, right?
I think he's just pretty close to game here. He's got Alex Strauss's champion plus the patches to trade up. and then all that damage goes into the Frothing Berserker. So Frothing Berserker is going to be 9 power this turn, plus the 3 from the Fairy Dragon. So he's setting
So
AKAWonder to 3 with Fairy Dragon, Frothing Berserker, Finley, and Life Tap.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Life tap is so much better when you're ahead on board because you just get the steam to always win.
Do you even trade up though? Is
Wow.
my question. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like almost impossible for him to get punished here. Like even in the face of Holy Nova, he still comes away with the same amount of damage.
Yeah, I think you can just jam face. Like I think you're like in such a good spot. You always win here.
So he'd rather have the Alex Strauss's champion to play around Holy Nova, it looks like.
And he is getting the extra 4 damage that he otherwise would have from
Yeah.
the minions anyway, so it doesn't matter too much.
So what does he need here? He needs like a Wormrest Agent, Bookworm.
He's Alkanite, Soul Priest, and Circle of Healing.
Yeah.
Is what
I was
what
gonna
he
say, like,
needs
his
this
starting
spot.
hand looked like the worst starting hand of a Control Priest ever. You know when you start with those hands in Control Priest, and there's the reason you don't play the deck? That was exactly it, except in Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Double
Pre-Mean
death.
Streets of Gadgets. hand
Exactly,
priest. Oh,
yeah. That one. Every single priest before this expansion
Oh,
came
the
out.
Life Binder. Yeah, that card.
Yeah, just throwing a life tap.
Has
Anyway.
Forsen just be having?
That's the Forsen thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Put AKAWonder on tilt mode and maybe farm
Now, if he
him from
passed
there.
right there, that would be the ultimate one.
Excavated Evil, no!
I like roping out Forsen, so he starts emoting because he's bored.
Yeah, and look how focused he is right now, too. Like, despite the fact that he had this kind of flashy ending,
Yeah.
Forsen looks like on the borderline uncomfortable. And that's like an intense amount of focus that's coming right now. He feels like these next 2 games are super important.
I think it's like from both players. They're both very much in the zone. I like seeing that tension.
AKAWonder is very much a tilt-prone player, but I haven't seen him much of that this event. I feel like even though when things went badly, he seems to still stay focused, which is good to see.
Yeah, I think
agree.
honestly, I feel a lot of that came from the confidence he got from making it to the European Championships, where it was such an important final game from him, and he drew the closer, and you could see the celebration coming from him in that moment, where he's like, "I've done it. I'm going to LA, and I'm playing a championship." Like to me, that was a big moment for him, and just his ability to drive through that tilt that he was prone to.
Yeah. I think it's a big thing for players when they step, like when that step gets passed by a player where finally you realize it's a card game, I'm going to win some, lose some, I can just take the loss and it's fine. You improve drastically more. And you also make less missteps, you play less scared, and you play less recklessly at times, which is good to see AKAWonder in that zone.
Have you had moments like that, JJ, where it's just like you hit a milestone and you were like, "This is it"?
It's kind of hard. It's just like more like a mood swing, or sometimes you're having like good results and you can handle it better, but sometimes you're just having like very bad results. Like there's never really the point where you say, now I passed that point where like not getting salty anymore, not getting mad anymore. It depends very much on the situation how you lose.
Does training with Life Coach help you? Has he like somehow passed on some of his calm?
You would be surprised. Life Coach is a very
He is emotional,
Oh,
yeah, but is he
emotional
tilted?
person.
is
These are the
question.
stories I really want. How bad does Life Coach get?
I mean, you would be surprised.
The intense focus also usually is followed by a release of adrenaline. Like you just when the game is lost on the back of something very tense, just like keyboard
I
flipping.
mean, there is funny stuff going on behind the scenes. That's all I can promise you. But
Okay. So many monitors in the
But
graveyard.
nothing too intense. It's just like something you wouldn't expect sometimes. Like
Yeah.
that.
So didn't quite get a glimpse at the choices here from Finley on AKAWonder's side, but Fire Blast is usually a pretty good result in this matchup.
I think Alex Strasser's champion is a good result.
It's also a pretty good one. Yeah, it's pretty madhouse here.
Oh man, this matchup is like so much decided in the first 3 turns. And yeah, I mean, that's a very good draw, but yeah.
Blood to Icar is going to shut this down.
Blood to Icar, yeah. Blood to Icar, yeah, ping. Yeah, I like it.
And there's a good follow-up curve here. AKAWonder with the perfect curve going like here on out with minions on the board, while Forsen is forced to just respond basically, which is not the position you want to be in these like mid-range aggro matchups.
Yeah, the Frothing Taunter,
Yeah.
not really getting the job done here, and
Oh wow, this Alex Strasser's champion is huge. You just trade it in and ping again.
yeah, that's pretty nuts.
I mean, in this matchup, you very much just pray sometimes. Hopefully he doesn't have the Corkron here or something, yeah. The ping is very, very good here, like you can see. He has everything. He has the ping, the double champion style, and also the Corruptor, which is like super strong.
Okay, well now that's good. That's a good draw there. If anything was going to equalize the game up until this point.
I think the damage has kind of just been done though. I mean, you look at AKAWonder's pan out. He's got Blackwing Corruptor. He's got now he's on Core Chron Elite. He's just pushing too much damage every turn.
Yeah, and also I don't think Forsen will ever deal with the 9/9. So yeah, game over.
Yeah.
Can we save it?
Just like that.
or am I stealing the entertainment value? Yeah.
You can't call misplays.
I can't-
You can't say missed lethal.
Do I
and
al-
you can't say the game is over.
I
before
can't
it's
say.
actually
Okay.
over.
Yeah. Okay.
Starting right now, you need to scream at the top of your lungs how excited you are.
So if there's
The game's pretty over. I mean,
yeah, we can't lie. I'm just looking at the health count and the size of the minion. And it seems to
okay,
match.
if Forsen has somehow Aviana appear on board,
Maybe.
they're still pretty close to zero
So-
chance.
Is this how Hearthstone casting works? Like, if there's a misplay, you say it's an interesting line. If the game is over, you say, oh, he's a bit ahead. it's like always going like underneath.
So you're close in some respects, but the thing about it is plays that are different from the normal strong play, if you don't know if they're good or bad, that's when it becomes interesting.
Yeah. If
That
you're
is
not
true.
if you're
That's
not
fair,
fire
yeah.
bat, you can say the line is interesting. If you're fire bat, you just go meh. I don't like this. Meh.
What does he always say? Oh, I forget it.
It's like, for instance, if you're casting one of my games,
Yeah.
I assure you there's very little interesting things going on. There's a lot
Okay.
of bad stuff that's happening. But when I'm casting like a Pavel game, for instance, he's got some sort of game plan in mind, and you see it unfold like 2 turns later sometimes. You're like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Right. Well, the Amaz, I don't know if you watched earlier, but Amaz went for hero power play on a minion and used hero power. Like, he face tanked 5 damage from a Draconian Operative just to get it 1 health lower 2 turns later to get Malagos Moonfire to
Yeah.
land, which was a very advanced play, but at the time it just seemed like, he's taking too much damage for no reason, but then it made sense as soon as it unfolded.
Yeah.
So those are the types of plays
It was a very weird-looking play, apparently, but
Right.
when it unfolded, you're like, oh, that's
It makes
perfect.
sense, yeah.
It actually won him that game, I think.
Yeah.
I'm in charge now.
It's a pretty good card.
This hand from AKA is really good. Like the Ensov's first mage is so important. I think you still have to coin the Totem Golem here. It's kind of unfortunate that you don't really have a follow-up though with like a Claws or maybe an own pirate. So
Yeah. Spirit Claws or like Small-Time Buccaneer just to get back into the game, because here he's losing a lot of ground.
Yeah, Totem Golem is actually at a point now where when you're on the coin, it just feels bad because it dies to so much, and you don't have the initiative to usually recover unless you have a 1-drop to go with it.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad
But
thing.
what is this meta we have arrived in when coin Totem Golem
Golem is
feels
bad.
thinking?
Honestly, if we had patches during the Secret Paladin era, like I think we would have been in an okay spot because
Yeah.
you had Muster for battle to fight against it, and you had Shielded Minibot.
Yep.
Like both of those cards are like pretty nuts against pirate stuff.
So you're fighting power with power.
Yeah, that's kind of the way that it would have happened, I think, back then.
And then when everyone's playing nothing but 2 health stuff, that's when suddenly AoE spells become good. Like when you predictably know what your opponent's going to do.
It makes kind of sense that the last expansion before the new cycle is very strong because cards are going to cycle out and power level is going to drop again.
That's the hope, right? Is that the new
Yeah.
expansion comes out and then there's like a normalization of power level across the board, and classes kind of fight off with
We
one
got a
another. in a
swing
fair
here.
way.
I like this.
Ah,
It's
this
from
is-
Portal.
The drop.
You can't run away.
He's in charge now.
I did not get it, guys. Who's in charge?
I think Patches, the Pirates.
Rusty Hook's in charge.
Yeah, Rusty.
Yeah.
Let's call him Rusty Hooks. Do you think they'll ever print a card called Patches the Pirate's Parrot? That would be awesome.
That was phased out alongside old Murkai, right?
I think that must have
Yeah,
been, right?
Captain's
Captain's
Parrot,
Parrot? Do you know how bad it would be right now? You just pick up Patches? No. That didn't happen.
I'm actually curious if Forsen's still got an advantage here. Like, he's faced a lot of early game, but AKAWonder's hand is, like, stranded right now. And that draw's not very good. But the Jade Claws here can start to clean this up. Like, is he
Yes.
going to take too much damage is my question.
I think it's actually kind of interesting because AK has no 5 or 6 yet. So if AK draws like a Ragnaros, it might get really interesting still.
Or if he draws something dead like Blooddaker.
Yeah, when it gets even worse. Like this is very interesting because like these both decks are so strong. Like where are swing turns possible? Like the Maelstrom Portal, Lightning Bolt, and suddenly we have a game, right?
Yeah. Like, imagine if he draws... like, Blackwing Corruptor's getting hit by the Jade Lightning.
Yeah, okay, that's
and it
true.
doesn't even get to ping, so...
Yeah, the good old shaman, man. It never disappoints. Boom, 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 face.
That was life coach speaking. I heard life coach in that sentence.
So you love Jade Shaman, is what you're telling me.
I like strong decks.
Oh, JJ with the honest shots.
See, this is kind of an interesting spot to be here though, because I'm actually curious that there's times where, like now they set himself to 15. Like what really punishes him other than Draconid Crusher? Like almost every card in AKAWonder stack is kind of a bad draw right now.
The only thing AKA really has the health advantage, and he can actually profit from that because he has the Curate on hand. So, how valuable is that 1/1 on the board, huh? That's what we are asking ourselves
Yeah,
here.
do we want to play Fiery War Axe to trade or just throw it away and
Yeah.
maintain the slight health?
I like this. I don't think the 1/1 is too valuable. This is a good line.
Yeah, use that extra health. I mean,
Yeah.
the Curator is supposed to be the carry this game.
The Curator is supposed to carry. You get the Monkey, you get also the Finlay, right? And also the Dragon. That's
Is
very,
there
very
two monkeys
nice.
in here?
Oh, goodness gracious.
I think they play one Monkey once this time.
Well, that's a 3/3 and 4/4 Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jade stuff. Once you start, yeah, this is very, very crazy. Like, I don't know if he runs Aya, but once the Jade stuff starts running, it gets so powerful.
But now it's just the Ayas left.
For
he
Jade
gets,
stuff, yes.
Yeah.
if he gets the Aya, whoa. So Azure Drake is
Two
really
monkeys,
nice. Yeah. This is so crazy how powerful this Curator is.
No, this is totally reasonable.
Reasonable. This is reasonable.
Oh no!
That's actually not too bad with the Flame Tongue, but not the time you want to have
You
it.
can hear a Lava Burst, a Flame Tongue, and patches to the face, and you set him on a clock, right?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Hero power, okay.
So
I like
he's
I
trying
like
to
the
get
Flame
taunts in
Tongue
the
play.
way.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
He was rolling for the spell power, right? But now he can't play.
Taunts and spell power, yeah.
You don't really want to sacrifice your 4/4 into the Curator.
Wow. So Forsen's really concerned about his life total. Is this too conservative?
I think it's an interesting line of play.
Well done. I saw that, JJ.
to me, it is a little bit
This is an interesting one for real. This is a really interesting
Super
one, yeah.
interesting.
Nice. You actually like put yourself in that
You don't
hole.
have to. Now I'm even unsure if you're being facetious.
Yeah, I mean.
Am I casting right? Nice job, JJ. Now, double Lava Burst would do it regardless almost of what happens here.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the life total doesn't really matter that much to Forsen if he's taking this big of a lead. Like, I feel like he should be more on board right now.
I feel so as well. Like, 15 health. I'm pretty sure they don't run Grom anyways.
Even if they run Grom, you just have to have Grom Inner Rage. You'd be at 11 life.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is like very. It's the trick in this matchup, right? It's like very aggressive from both sides, and I think the player who handles his life total better, like compared to his board state, gets an advantage.
Yeah, you just like float the line between being too vulnerable and being aggressive enough to win the game.
Exactly.
Just better.
It's like you have to
The
find
edge of defeat.
You have to find
Yeah,
this
the
middle
edge of
line.
defeat is the right words. You have such a way with words, Admirable.
Thank you.
Yeah. I need to familiarize myself with the English
the
language.
chat doesn't see it, but you just stared very deeply into each
Yeah,
other
there was some
eyes,
bromance right there, like some
What was
deep,
that?
deep. He's like, I'm uncomfortable between you two right now. This man sandwich isn't feeling good.
Don't you act like this makes you uncomfortable.
And now
you
he's
act that way.
blushing. Now he's blushing.
Oh, man.
It's getting better and better.
Yeah, suddenly not having a 4/4 on board looks really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the clean. The trade would have been so clean in that spot.
0-4 Forsen. Yeah.
Golly,
That's
you're
brutal,
just,
man.
You're going nuts today. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Taunt Totem versus the world. Not a very good situation.
Oh, it's a good draw. Champion, you can clean up that, develop a Drake, and next turn you kill him with the rack.
Yep.
Seems reasonable.
You get the fiddling down as well.
I don't know. The armor up is kind of valuable at this stage of the game, right?
There's
I
a
just
good
like
argument
having a
for it
1/3
actually,
down.
but having the minion might be. It depends on it. How likely is it the shaman kills you? Like, do you have a 2-turn lethal or do you have like a 1-turn lethal? Is the question.
Yeah, drawing last here, definitely the right call. You don't want to just miss your
the dragon.
your Alex Strauss as champion here.
You could also play the champion afterwards and don't give him any information. Yeah. So this is like here, checkmate, right? Yeah. Traded champion. I mean, not if he lightning was a champion. Yeah.
Still about as close as it gets. Forsen's not delivering 11 points. Because even if he just runs in the Azure Drake in the face and drops the
The rag, and then the minion dies or you die. Pick one.
So Forsen, 2-1 lead now. I'm sorry, AKAWonder 2-1 lead.
Yep.
I don't know why I said Forsen there. I was just looking at him, I guess. That's why I said it.
When you stare deeply at someone, it happens.
You just forget everything.
It's very interesting because like Forsen was so far ahead with this strong start, but when he had no, how was it?
The start, I feel like both players had a start that was reasonable. Like the patches opener
Totem
on the
Golem.
Warriors side was pretty crazy. Totem Golem got defused, no one drop to follow it up with, and then everything kind of like there was a swing turn with Maelstrom Portal, Lightning Bolt with. Like what one drop came out was Patches of Pirate. If that one drop had been like a 1-3, for instance, would things have been different? I don't remember the exact state of the board, but that might have been a big deal.
Because that's a Voidwalker. That is a major difference in the game.
Or even like a 2-4. If you nail the 2-4, then you're golden, for instance.
I'm kind of surprised that Forsen Qs the Rogue now. Is the Shaman really that good against the Dragon Warrior? Because I don't feel like it. Like that's an interesting point of queuing order. Like I don't think the Rogue is so bad against the Warriors nowadays because they don't have executes anymore, and you can just make a big Advent or Adventure.
So you would have played the Rogue first before the Shaman to not get it knocked out.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you too. I remember kind of when the Dragon Warrior versus Rogue matchup really changed, it was because the Rogue players just started taking more aggressive stances.
Exactly.
And when that happened, I remember kind of thinking to myself, oh, Dragon Warrior beats Rogue, it just beats him up. And then I saw Amnesiac just play Questing Adventure and play a bunch of spells, and I was like, oh, wow. Rogue really beats up Dragon Warrior. This is not a good matchup. And then I remember like a week later, every Rogue started being really aggressive in the matchup. And since then, my opinion has greatly changed. I think Rogue has a pretty significant edge.
I don't really like that he plays the Monkey here before the Throbbing. Now, normally you want to do it the other way around, so you can make the Throbbing grow first and then protect him.
If he's trying to bait removal, that would be the only explanation. Something like I try to get my Monkey removed, and then I can play Frothing on a board that's not being answered. Especially with double Frothing, you can chain both of them one after the other. If neither gets removed, then you're in a great spot.
This is a turn where I feel like AKAWonder gets a lot of information about Forsen's hand.
Yeah.
Not really. I think how Forsen is doing, he's just trying to get the conceal turn in and then win, right? So much information is not given. It's just that there's no SI. And yeah.
I think it's about the fact that I've got very little like power play for the time being, and I'm desperate to remove your stuff because I can't go on the initiative.
Oh, this is
that is an insane Barnes.
Yeah, I mean, I think they don't. Okay, this is the list I think I saw. It's like you have the Adventurers and you don't have the SIs anymore, so the Barnes is like almost always good.
Yeah, SI has been being cut out of a lot of Rogue decks, I find, these days.
So what can we do here? We could trade the champion. Oh, actually, Warwick's Blood Two Iker is very attractive as well, right?
Yeah, I kind of like not killing the Tomb Pillager right now.
Yeah, you don't really need to kill it, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
This is not
I'm
easy.
sure though. I mean, second Frothing Berserker looks appealing too.
I like the
first
second
one stuck.
Frothing, but it's kind of tough to justify, right? The first ones did stick, but it's like with the coin play, there might be like a Drake plays with it that come out and...
I mean, he already
things get
used an
bad.
Eviscerate. If you want to play like really aggressive, you could trade Alex Strasser's champion into the Barnes and kill the 1/1 with the hook.
Ooh, I kind of like that actually.
Yeah, that's actually really good for aggression. I
think
love
that's
that line.
exactly what he spotted too. And
Wow.
this is right, because when Forsen doesn't handle the Frothing Berserker, AKAWonder has to know that there's just nothing there to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's a good read.
Yeah, and if Forsen's going to sap Frothing Berserker, AKAWonder I think is thrilled with that.
That's a very strong line. I like this. Look at this, how it pays off.
But he's got now the ability to coin out his Gaddison, backstab the 2/2, and then coin conceal if he wants to, or play for the extra coin value.
I kind of like the conceal line here because like you could just double coin and conceal because you don't deliver the warrior and other target. What you can do now is just make his Throbbing bigger and just trade with the X or like.
On the flip side, there's not much that's going to stop you. It would have to be like a Twilight Guardian enabled, a Kor'kron Elite for the trade.
He just plays the.
I'm trying to think from Forsen's perspective. Like Kor'kron Elite's really the only thing that punishes this outright.
Yeah.
Kor'kron. It's only Kor'kron. Maybe a second Blood with 4X, but you don't really play around that. So yeah.
Yeah. I do think that the Auctioneer is really considerable there. I would like to see him take more time on that turn.
That was a very interesting turn. That's true.
I can't even. Whenever you say very interesting.
Come on, Noxious. It was just a turn. Yeah, I see. Throwing, sure. This one, sure. Go. Me hit face.
Well, yeah, it's a 7 power Frothing Berserker. I'm hitting face too.
Yeah, this row's got no healing. If I can just put on a clock, we're good to go. Patch of the Pirate off the top.
It looks very bad, but it might be useful.
He needs some preps.
He needs the preps.
He doesn't need preps. He will get them probably. He gets 3 draws, 4 draws in from hand alone.
There's Cold Blood as well that can help get with the Patch of the Pirate. So
I think we now trade the Pillager into 7/4, use the next coin, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the line.
This is so interesting because look at this.
He's down 2 backstabs.
The thing is, with 12 damage, like it looks very low from the rogue side, but now if he gets the initiative now with this swing turn, and the warrior can't like kill the rogue really.
Uh-oh.
No.
No. That's really greedy.
Like you deny yourself a draw.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this. Well done, Forsen.
That was dangerous territory for a moment.
No. Rogue, Forsen is #1 rogue player. He knows what's to do.
Hey, that's not bad.
That's a very good one. I like
There
this.
could still be Edwin off the top at any point.
You see, guys, Forsen, he knows what to do.
Not Edwin?
You can do that, play the...
Matches.
Yeah, but you can do this and conceal first, right? Because you want to see what you draw first.
Yeah.
Because if he gets a backstep now, he's going to be...
He's down both backstabs at the moment.
Yeah, he's played both.
Yeah. But 11 with the Auctioneer concealed. I mean, this is the territory Forsen needs to win.
Yes.
This is where Forsen makes the miracle happen.
I mean, a miracle already happened, right? Now it's...
You have to take 29 health off this guy before he takes it off yours.
I say he dies in 2 turns.
Yeah. if this board sticks.
Yeah. I mean, now the Cold Bloods are going to cycle in, right? And now when we're going to have a party on the warrior's face.
I'm picturing, like, you know the movie Hangover where, like, Zach Galifianakis is going through the algorithm when he's playing blackjack?
Mathematics.
Like, I saw that taking place, and JJ's head, he's like, yeah, 2 turns.
Sounds like life coach playing patron. Turn 2, I've mapped out the game. Let's do this.
That was beautiful, man. Good patrons play. Watching good patron players was actually very good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Zalay, honestly, I think was my favorite patron player.
Oh, he loved that deck.
Yeah.
Oh, I like.
He was so sad when it got nerfed. Sadder than even Oskaka at that time.
Yeah.
You have to watch, like, the poor man, the poor patron players. All of them were like,
Oh, yeah, poor patron players.
Yeah.
All he did was smash everyone for like 4 months.
He will go down to 5. There's no out for AKAWonder to kill him. Maybe Ragnaros, but he goes into turn 7. No, I think this is just very much checkmate. So we do that. Yeah. We attack. What do we do?
I mean, he does have to deliver some.
It's actually so... Why didn't he get... Oh, he didn't get any Cold Bloods yet, so this is actually very problematic.
Are you concealing before?
I think we do this now, and then we have to dagger up as well to get the free, right? But you...
Yeah, so he's South Sea
So we have 7, 9 now, and next turn we have like an Eviscerate left and double Cold Blood left.
With...
And also, yeah, I don't think he runs Leroy, he runs the deckhand, so we just do that. Now we have 11 double. He needs to get double Cold Blood next turn then, right?
Shadow Strike. He can Shadow Strike his own stuff if he's desperate to draw for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, he needs 7 more damage right here.
Yep.
And honestly, Curator, I mean, is that a bit of a trap sometimes?
In this spot, it might just be. It kind of is in many spots. I just don't know if you can afford...
The problem I just see from AKA, like, he needs to deliver an hour 5 damage, and it has to be like a Corcoran and Alexstrasza's champion, right? But he already used one Alexstrasza's champion.
So are you curating to thin the deck out for the right draw? Also could be Ragnaros as well?
It's going with the board aggressively. I like this more.
So it's like Corcoran now represents lethal. Basically, if any of these minions hits face for whatever reason.
So no, he didn't armor up, so we need 7 more damage. You have Eviscerate and double Cold Blood left. Let's go.
So Blood Mage Shadow Strike gives you the 6 damage you need to go through.
That's something that always happens, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a reason not to. Maybe like Fan Knives, but...
Fan of Knives is actually a good reason.
Fan?
Yeah, to not play the...
I mean, that'd be a pretty nutso call in the draw, I feel like. I mean, he could just delay it another turn as well.
I don't think this list runs Fan. Is it?
Oh, that'd be a good question.
I don't think like I saw.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it doesn't run fan.
So it cuts them for the pirate package.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about this.
He can still use his face. Like you don't need to play the
Like the
blood
problem what he
mage.
does now, he buffs up the throwing to 4 health. Otherwise, he could have traded with the auctioneer into the throwing if he gets a blank. So this is like really wrong. Or no, it's interesting. It's interesting. This is like really bad for him now because otherwise he could have just Felnos Shadow Strike, trade the auctioneer into the throwing.
But I think the big question at this point is like, does that like how much does it matter? Because now of course we see the draw. It's not a spell. He doesn't want to play it. Like how much does it matter if you just stay on the board, right? Because if he stays on the board, losing the minions that he's got doesn't matter as much.
I mean, what he did lose now is 1 damage and 1 additional minion.
1 additional minion on the board, yeah. But like,
So-
does he need it for the next turn, or does he still win? Is the question.
I think he needs it. Look at it. He will.
I mean, 6 damage off still.
I mean,
Yeah.
he would be at 14. I mean, this match is very much on the edge, right?
I mean, the difference between 15 and 14 right now is the difference between needing 1 eviscerate and needing an eviscerate,
And
plus something else.
something else, yeah.
It's between 15 and 14 and missing a 3-2.
Maybe.
It's not good.
Curator here will get
And now the axe.
Finley out, but
I mean, the axe can take out something else here now and maybe extend him a little bit longer.
I think after you've seen no spells coming off the top, Gadgetzan doesn't look like it's being fueled. Like you saw that he
Yeah,
had 5 mana floating and nothing done.
I'm in the same boat. I think that killing the questing here has some real
But
merit.
I think you have to kill the gadget because there's also Felnos on the board, which gives you an additional draw, right?
Off of the trade, yeah.
Yeah. You really want to throw away your sweet hero power, maybe for a Hunter one.
Hunter 1 only increases clock if he can live long enough, but he's got Guardian and Fierce Monkey.
He's already got the draw, yeah.
What's going on here? Tap or Fire Blast? I like the Fire Blast as well.
Yeah, he's too low.
Gadget again.
So trade that Thalnos, find
anything, right?
Yeah, anything off the top.
So how much is this? Do this, eviscerate that, trade the hero power. Ding, ding, ding. We have 8.
It's like the least excited jackpot ever.
Ding, 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 ding. He's like, okay. Ding, ding, ding is the word for like trade. That's what it means.
It's Auctioneer Eviscerate, right? Cold Blood's pretty sick here.
Cold Blood is really good here. What is he doing?
Now that would be weird.
I would like if he eviscerates. I wouldn't be surprised if it would just went face.
What
and
is
then
he?
you trade with the
You
questing.
eviscerate the 4-5.
You definitely eviscerate the 4/5 because if you really want to kill the Finley,
Ooh, I like this. I like this. This is cool. Look at this. He eviscerated the face. Now he gives himself lethal outs. Now he gets the cold button as lethal or prep.
oh wow, that's really smart actually.
Look
Play
at
fast,
this
play
was
fast, play fast.
Wow.
Cold blood off the top,
That's
and
a
we
Cold
do
Blood.
it.
the play was before, the more genius this one was. I think it's
Wow.
more impressive, right?
Yeah, that is actually a really sick sequence there to
I love
spot
this.
that.
I love Forsen playing like this. Feels good, man.
Feels good to see him in a tournament. Like, it's easy to see as a caster, like from the caster spot, but from the player spot, that is insane.
That was super cool.
That was insane.
I mean, I would not have spotted that.
I want to see some clappers in the chat here. It's definitely-
Klappas are sure.
I mean, him eviscerating the
face.
Yeah, the face. is
right,
good.
him eviscerating the curator there, and then using the Buccaneer to trade in would have taken away his lethal that turn sometimes.
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's what I was looking
What a
at.
sicko!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Would you have done that? You said that, didn't you? Too. You were like, I think you eviscerated.
I said you eviscerate face, and then he I don't think you liked the play, and you had to see it in action.
I
think,
just
to make
didn't
sense.
consider it. I think if you know what's left in your deck, it definitely makes sense because you have both cold bloods left.
Yeah. Now you really know how I'm feeling. Where you've been talking
like,
about the game
"Holy
instead, and you're
crap."
like, crap. How many copies of that did he use?
It's like I don't follow the deck.
I
track.
had to start physically taking notes in so many of my casts, literally
Yeah.
because I couldn't remember what people were playing. And it's hard to actually take the notes and talk about it at the same time. Like it's
Taking notes at the same time you're talking about the cards you're taking note of.
that
is
patting
really
your head and
difficult.
rubbing your stomach thing.
Yeah.
it's like doing that, except you're also on like a unicycle.
Yeah.
Just it's really
And
like
there's
if you
somebody
can ride a
watching
unicycle,
you
you
telling
probably
you you're
can do
bad.
that.
Yeah.
But it's just tough. So now it's Reno Warlock versus Miracle Rogue.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've got to think the Rogue's favored here.
But you have watched at the hands, right?
Well, prior to
Gadgetzan
drawing the
auctioneer.
hands. Prior to drawing the hands.
Yes, I think it's like 55 for the rogue. If in the hands of a good rogue player, maybe 60.
What's like the big key here that Forsen's looking for?
The big key Forsen is looking for, it's Auctioneer and Pillagers. Oh my god.
Non-patches.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. We're like one step away from
look,
crazy questing or Edwin, and suddenly things.
This is just a battle of the extremes where we have like the Reno Lock with the best hand possible, I think. And I would really say this is the best hand possible.
Yeah.
And the Rogue with the worst hand possible, so yeah.
It really does kind of look that way too. Oh my gosh, and then he draws Buccaneer.
That is such a slap in the face.
It is a big slap in the face.
I mean, AKAWonder's got Soulfire to handle Tomb Pillager if it happens. He's got the Faceless Shambler to put together a big taunt. He's got Shadow Bolt to answer another one. He's got Reno Jackson. Like this is every tool necessary.
He even has the Savannah's PO if his Auctioneer Stealth happens, right?
Yeah.
He has everything. He's like, oh, I need an Auctioneer handle, I need heal, and I need some early game. Give me all of it.
He's got everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the way.
Guys, do you know what I like? I like cold blooding and concealing.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way he wins this game.
Yeah.
So he's got to burn a coin or a prep then.
Or you can Shadow Strike.
the Drake, I guess.
I like that as well.
Feels good, man.
That's also like a really big hedge against Faceless Shambler, where you're pulling 5 health off of that later on as well.
That's true. If you know he runs Shambler, you want to do that for sure. Oh, it's actually kind of a pity. I think Wonder banned the handlock of Forsen. What?
He's like, backstab patches, escape concede.
Yeah. not again, patches. You always come to my hand. You know what patches is around 10% you get it, and I think he got it like 2 games.
2
now.
games, yeah. Hafu had the same thing happen to her, and she dropped out.
Yeah.
Of her.
It happens, man. You gotta pray together with the Pirates before you start playing.
And you're an AKAWonder spot here. This is just Reno.
Yes.
Okay.
I think 20, almost 20 health is pretty good.
It's good enough that this board shouldn't be a problem for you, right?
Good enough. 18 health, boom.
Does he ever get greedy though?
If he does, I mean, Faceless Shambler get a 4/8 is still not too bad. But his Sap can punish you.
He loses to like Sap Cold Blood, Sap Eviscerate.
I mean, I don't hate Faceless Shambler and Ooze. I think it's actually a better line.
You do lose sometimes that way. Like, what do you lose to in your Reno here?
You lose to an explosive Auctioneer turn. Like this,
yeah.
you always have the board and you always win if he doesn't kill you. But how does he actually kill you?
It would be exactly Sap Eviscerate.
Yeah.
Sap Eviscerate.
Or Sap Cold Blood.
So we are all in, guys.
Okay, we've got the Edwin play.
Now, if he plays the Edwin...
So we are all in here, and when our Edwin gets stolen by Savannah. But yeah, we don't count it.
This is brutal.
Yeah.
What an interesting line.
Interesting line. What is interesting? I just think Forsen had a very bad hand here.
Do you prep the Shadow Strike as well?
Yeah, you go all in.
Okay,
You go
so
all in on
everything.
this, yeah.
It's like champion.
Final hurrah.
And
Yeah, I totally agree with it too. I mean, what else is he going to do?
go champion, son.
I mean, in an 8/8 contest the board well enough. The issue is that you're at the turn where Blast Crystal Potion's a problem, Siphon Soul's a problem, PO, everything is a problem, a minion plus a Shadow Bolt
used one coin.
is
He's
a
like,
problem.
no, I don't want to.
Try to rewind. He's trying to figure out a way to get out of this. Like, the play right now is he's considering daggering up and using the board to take care of the Faceless Shambler, but he realizes that's just not going to win in the game.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Forsen, you gotta do what a rogue player has to do.
Rely on Edwin Van Cleef more often than you'd really like to.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like turn 2, all in. It's like, I have an empty hand now.
That's the gold one. That's the one I really love.
12-12. Death win. Death win Van Cleef.
Stolen Van Cleef.
He got it.
You made a meme.
Yeah, totally. You faceless the Edwin.
Yeah, every time.
That's always the play, right?
Now we just steal that.
Yeah.
Every time.
I have no time.
I mean, Sylvanas could tell me she's got no time for games, but she's in Hearthstone all the time.
She's part of a game.
Yeah.
She's trolling us.
It's like permanently logged in.
And now what Forsen's thinking is I have 2 turns to close out the game off my top decks if there's no Reno, right? Like that's what he's thinking right now. That's the only line that goes anywhere, but
Coin
that's
concede.
not going to be enough. Coin concede indeed.
Yeah,
Kind of
AKAWonder.
sad to see Forsen falling.
Good plays though. Good plays.
Good place.
Yeah. The rogue finish was pretty sick against the warrior play.
That was a very good one. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I mean, you live and die by the rogue, right? You have to go all in sometimes. Sometimes
You're a
you don't
rogue
have to.
player, you're a rogue player.
Yep. For life, AKAWonder 3-2 over Forsen. So Forsen now out of the tournament. And AKAWonder going to have to win one more match
Yes.
to get through the group.
Yeah, I think he's going to join us soon.
Yeah, what a day it's been. And so many good matches.
Yeah.
I'm just happy we saw a bit of every deck. Like it wasn't some like the only thing we haven't seen much of or at all is Tempo Mage. Like, people talk about it being well positioned in the metagame, which I don't think they're wrong, but no one chose to bring it.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's pretty extinct.
Hey,
at this
AK,
point
come
right
here.
now.
Come here.
Yeah,
Sure.
I guess it works, yeah.
Do I have to
Let's
go a
over
bit
a bit.
cover pride?
Congratulations, man. 3-2.
Thank you. Thank
bit
you.
more
It's gotta
Gabba
feel
Pride.
good.
I mean, I was a bit scared because the rogue, it can always easily win against my Reno, but yeah, I think I had. So, that's me.
No,
Yeah, I mean-
that's JJ.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Did you see any big misplay?
I mean, to me, it looked like so many of your spots were really straightforward. Like the builds are kind of spelling themselves out. As far as criticism, I don't really know much I could give in too many of these spots.
I would have to go back to the replays to maybe analyze some of those things, but if anything, there was one spot where you went for the armor up with Twilight Guardian to stay safe from something, which I think was still the correct play in that spot. But it ended up not paying off,
A
right?
couple of your Dragon Warrior spots were like a little bit iffy in terms of like just all your plays were bad and which one's like the least bad.
Yeah.
In some of those spots.
You didn't have a choice to play something that was just, it felt awful, but that's none in your hands.
What about you, JJ? Did you see anything that stood out to you in this match?
I think it was fine. I didn't see like a bit whiff, so yeah. Good.
If you don't remember misplays, then there were not,
Yeah.
crazy ones. Is what
No,
you
I
have to
think
take
it-
away from this.
I
Really,
think there were just some parts very behind, and it's kind of arguable if it was a good play or not. But overall, well played, man.
The warrior against the rogue. I could have played curator.
Yeah.
In one turn to increase the chances to draw Ragnaros.
Yeah,
which is
I was
a
thinking of that.
slightly,
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's actually the
You,
spot.
you
that I
mentioned that. You mentioned that
curator
during the
defend.
game.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like you did it very. It was more consistent, I think, because you also go for board development. So I think it was actually correct line.
Yeah, I was actually in a desperate mode, so maybe the curator was like making more sense to my line of thinking there, because I think I don't have a way to recover the board anymore. But somehow it seems like he drew coins or conceals or something.
That's what Rogue does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they do.
So I managed to do something, but I ended up losing anyway. So yeah.
It's like they start touching our old cards in the hand, and we're like, doo. And you're like, yeah, for sure, bro.
He's got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, congratulations on your win,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
good luck in your next match.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One more to get through. So before
luck,
we go to
man.
a break, we want to remind you guys that you can use the hashtag SCC. It's a promo code right now on needforseat.com. When you use it, you can get signed up to win a Need for Seat hoodie signed by all of the players who are here in attendance, and that's only happening for 4 days. So make sure you head over to needforseat.com and use the promo code hashtag SSC. When we come back, we got another match for you guys. Don't go anywhere. It's coming up right after this.